This is the fifth and final episode covering the Frigid ride home from Mobile of the 5-part GSA Florida Christmas adventure.
Damn it. Oh, this is gonna suck. 36 degrees. 5:16 a.m. I'm leaving Mobile, Alabama. It is cold. It's 36 degrees out, which is not good. Didn't sleep real well.
Breathing, not good. Sleep last night, not good. It's 3:30. I've been laying here for at least a couple hours, so I might as well just get up. Hair, not good. Temperature was, 34 degrees it says right now, which is really not good. That means the bridges are probably going to have frost or ice on them. That's not good. 10 hours to get home. See if I can do it.
Even leaving this early, I'm looking at 3 o'clock before I'm home. Can't get there soon enough. This cold is something else. 34 degrees. I've got the grips and seat heaters on high, and I'm finally just starting to feel a little bit of warmth coming through the grips. Fortunately, I have these guards here that kind of block some of the air too, which will help. 2 layers of Under Armour thermal socks, the puffy coat from Klim, all the Klim gear, the Dainese Ninja hood under the helmet. I've got everything as warm as it can be, but this is still going to tax me. Definitely having Iowa flashbacks right now. That wind is ripping across too. The only thing right now that's super uncomfortable are my fingers. I could barely get the chin strap done on the helmet. The fingers were just numb standing out there getting everything ready, and then I forget my thermal vision. Forgot to put that on because it is still dark. I'd feel a lot better having that on, but I don't think my fingers had any dexterity left in them to do that anyway. The actual riding, I don't know, we'll see. I hesitate to get too confident about it, but it may not even be terrible. The worst part might be stopping, trying to navigate fuel pump and taking the gear off to go in and piss and everything. I knew I was going to leave before breakfast this morning, so I just ate a big dinner last night. Not huge, but enough. So the breathing wasn't super after that, of course, but I figure it's more important to be lean and not bogged down with breakfast taken off today, plus just getting an early start on things. Bike started right up super easy this morning though, so that's a good sign. I really have no doubts about the bike. It's been rock solid. Well, people are flying around me. I might as well fly too. Anything to get home sooner and out of this cold. When I was in Iowa coming home on the Harley at around Thanksgiving time to park it for the winter, I usually had a set of wool mittens and then leather mittens over it. It was the only way I could keep those hands from freezing. But no helmet, just grow a beard. Not the best strategy. As they got numb just now trying to get the bike put together, I even held them right on the exhaust pipe, trying to get some heat to them, and it didn't burn. I mean, it's taking that long for even the exhaust pipe to heat up. Just did my second gas stop. It's about 9:30. Taking a little bit of time, so it'll be 3:45 now, and I'll lose a little bit more. I stopped and had something to eat there quickly. It's warming up, so to speak. It's a whopping 43 degrees now instead of the 34 when I took off this morning. The sun is out, which does help significantly. And I'm wearing a black suit, so at least the black will absorb a little heat from the sun too. I don't know what I'd do without these heated grips. The heated seat, I know it works, but I think the butt of the suit is a bit insulated, so maybe that makes it harder to feel. But these heated grips have been a lifesaver, though. I would have been screwed without those. I don't know that I'd say I'm making great time today, but I'm not making bad time. Still keep moving. Haven't had any kind of stoppages as far as construction or wrecks or anything like that. Hasn't been too much for cops out here making everybody go slower. So overall doing all right. It's just a long drive home. I'm trying to stop every couple hours just to move around a little bit, not get too sore in the saddle, and thaw out a little bit as well. This morning I'd intended to put on 2 pair of socks, but they're both pretty tight, and I didn't think the warm ones would go on over the other pair. So I just put the one on. Toes are definitely one of the coldest parts in this ride. So that stop, actually went back in the stall, sat down where I could take my boots off, put an extra pair of socks on, and the boots back over, so hopefully that gives them just a little bit more warmth. And obviously with the temperature going up, 40s is kind of what I've got here. That'll have to be all right, but it's a hell of a lot better than 34 in the dark, though. Jeez. The little Ninja hood seems to be working okay as far as keeping the head warm. It's cool, but it's not unbearable. And that silly puffy jacket, I'm glad it's compact and I was able to chuck that in the saddlebag, because that's definitely made a difference too. So not the most pleasant as far as weather goes, but overall moving fine. No major inconveniences so far. Just got to keep chipping away at the miles till I get home. And that is the last gas stop before home. Just over an hour left. Pleasantly surprised it actually got to 60 degrees today. That's way warmer than I thought I'd see. I guess Mobile itself wasn't going to get much over 40. But Texas is a little bit warmer, thank goodness. So turned out to be a pretty day of driving. I even lost the Ninja hood back a couple of gas stops ago, as it was kind of bending the ears. It's amazing riding how something simple like the lobe of your ear turned up in the helmet can be such an annoyance and pain point. Other than what's become an expected clusterfuck of traffic in Houston almost every time I go through that city, the travel time through Texas has been pretty good. I've been clipping right along. Burning the carbon off the valves a little. I felt a little pain or discomfort coming from the right palm, and what I noticed at a couple gas stops ago is that I've got a giant blister across the inside of it. Seems to be from a combination, I would guess, of the super hot grips, the fact that this morning when I left and it was cold, I had the iron grip on the grip with my hand trying to, I guess, maximize the squish all the skin I could up against that warm grip and try to get it warm versus freezing. And then also there might have been like a wrinkle in the glove right there, but it's a pretty nasty blister. I'm sure at some point it'll pop and hurt 3 times as bad. Last time I had a blister that bad, I was working on Dad's old shovelhead Sportster I had in Texas while my engine was being rebuilt. And I'd been testing it out a little bit. So I was working on the carburetor, did a rebuild on it, and as I'd get up, sit back down, I would grab the front pipe and push myself up each time. And it was cold, so that was fine. Once the carburetor was rebuilt, I took it out for a test run, took it back home, was jacking with the adjustments, and like an idiot, grabbed that front header to push myself up, except now it's hot, and I instantly had a giant blister covering the entire palm of my hand. Nothing would make that thing quit hurting. I tried ice, hot water, cold water, nothing. Even trying to slam some hard alcohol, nothing helped make that hurt less. It just, and I think I probably popped it right away too, thinking just out of desperation, maybe if I got the fluid out of it, it would hurt less, but that was really fucking miserable. So this is nothing that bad, but once it pops, it'll probably be sore more than it is now. And it's not bad. I don't have an iron grip on right now. I turned the heat down on the grips, so I just kind of have a gentle grip right now. And since I've only got an hour or so to go, it'll be fine. Overall, I had a great trip to Florida. Nothing says Christmas like Miami Beach and palm trees. It's perfectly fine with spending it down there. And the big 52nd in Lauderdale was fun. Like I said earlier, it was cool to try the Fontainebleau in Miami once, and it's just kind of a reminder that I tend to have more fun in Lauderdale for less money, but something different to do. And then a few days in Jacksonville and stopping to see the Burtmaster in St. Pete. It really didn't see many people, only Tracer and Jax and Burtmaster in St. Pete. Other than that, I wasn't too social this time, just kind of wanted to relax, achieve my two-wheeled zen on the road. Plus, it's around Christmas, a lot of people already have holiday plans and that anyway, so it kind of worked out well. I think today is the 30th, so tomorrow should be New Year's Eve. No plans. I didn't make plans intentionally because I didn't know if I'd still be on the road. And even once I'm back from the road, I figured I might be a ball of knots and just kind of tired and need to rest up a little bit. Since I'm not drinking these days, it kind of takes a little bit of the fun out of it, and I'm not really thrilled about staying up to midnight these days either. I'd rather get up and get an early start to the day anymore. I know. Sound old, but I am old. Not to count my chickens before they're hatched, but assuming no major catastrophes in the next couple of days, I will have made it through another full year, surprisingly. Wasn't sure if that was going to happen or not, but 2025 will be over and I'll be starting 2026, and it's kind of continuing to do what I did in 25 and just make the most of every day I can. So get all the vehicle stuff settled and then kind of try to map out what I want to do for the next adventure. Got a few ideas, haven't really settled on anything just yet. They'll be ground based on either 2 or 4 wheels. And if they're any time soon, they're going to be I-10 or south. Don't plan on going into the cold if I can avoid it. All that matters right now, of course, is today. It's a beautiful sunny day, clear skies, so I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my ride home. Kick back, have something to eat, relax a little bit, maybe start unpacking if I get ambitious. Wake up tomorrow rested and get back on my normal routine of proper diet, exercise, and sleep patterns. Shave off whatever weight I may have gained on this trip and make sure I'm healthy as possible, feeling as good as I can for as long as I can so I can enjoy that next adventure once I get something figured out. And as the tattoos say in the meantime, I'll continue to live for today.
If you haven't done so, please click the link below to subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and let's live for today.